The day when I left the last village, or the last proper civilization, I was checking my map and I found out that there is some kind of a hotel on my way. I immediately felt that this must be some kind of a joke, because this area is so remote. I mean, just to get here, I already needed to push it through the mud from time to time. But then I arrived at the place and no way. Right at the crossroad where two dirt roads meet, there were a few buildings, and among those buildings there was an actual hotel. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever wondered how a hotel in the middle of nowhere in South America could look like, I can give an example. Welcome to the Hotel Rosie, or Rosie. Well, I don't know how to pronounce this. I guess the place is named after this lady. I guess this is Rosie. Must be, because there are pictures of her everywhere. There's Rosie in this nice evening dress. And then there is this slightly more kinky Rosie. I mean, she was attractive female, you know, in her late 20s, early 30s, kind of my taste. Anyway, and then you can buy a wide selection of handbags and also some shoes. So just in case if you get lost in the middle of Paraguayan Chaco, you can get here, find this place, and get yourself some shoes for ain't too cheap actually. 300,000 guaranis. That's quite a lot of money. Anyway, let's go to my room. Oh, there are also some lions. Lions and Rosie, but this time it's just a painting of Rosie in here. I wonder who she is. Anyway, I stay in a room number 1. Now I'm the only guest. Now I'm the only gringo in here. This is my mess. It's decent, you know. Can't complain, can't complain. Think if owners would be able to see this mess, they would kick me out, but I'm constantly arranging stuff. I even have a TV and I have air conditioning, but there's a catch. There's no electricity at the moment. Actually, there's no electricity ever since I'm here, and I was told that we should get some like at 5 o'clock in the evening. By 5, by 6 we should get some electricity, because they're getting it from this little solar panel that there is outside. But I'm not complaining, ladies and gentlemen, not at all. I just took a shower and took a nap in the bed. And another secret. I was all eaten by mosquitoes and also by ticks. There are many ticks in these bushes. And unlike in Europe or North America, they don't spread encephalitis or Lyme's disease, so it's not a big issue, but it's pretty annoying, you know. So taking a shower after all that, it's a bit of relief, you know. Not complaining at all. Feel myself comfortable, Rosie. Thank you, Rosie, for all this comfort you're giving me. I wish one day I'll meet you in person. Who knows? So it's my second night in Rosie, and yeah, I need to stay here for one more night because last night it was raining. It was raining so heavily that it's hard even to explain. It was pouring for 8, 9 or 10 hours straight, and it was raining all morning too, and only around 9 or 10 it stopped eventually, and everything was flooded. Like everything was just flooding. And then I spoke with the owner of the place, and he told me that last time they had such a rainfall was 4 years ago, and we had about 140 or 150 millimeters of rainfall in a single night. So I'm pretty much stranded in here. There's no way I could cycle out of this place today. Tomorrow perhaps. Tomorrow I will try, but I'm pretty sure it will be very muddy and very tough, and further from here it's really abandoned areas. It is already quite abandoned, but further it's just more and more of that. So I just spent all day resting. Actually I was sleeping a lot, reading a bit, and then I met 2 truck drivers who were also stranded in this place, and we had a real nice chat, and they gave me some tips, and then they also told me that jaguars will eat me. But nonetheless, nice people, always like to hang out with truck drivers, they have a bunch of stories. Since I'm staying here for one more night and losing well a lot of money for one more night, I'm planning to go out, and it's night already. Well, it's not night, it's evening, but it's dark already. So I'm planning to go for a walk for some hours to check out the wildlife. Oh, and one more thing. Now when I think of it, I got stranded, I got trapped in here, in a hotel, only hotel in the oldest giant area, and with people, there are some people around. And I can also easily picture myself being stranded somewhere in the middle of Chaco with all this rainfall, somewhere in the mud, in my tent, which can still happen in the near future, very near future, although I don't think it will rain that hard anytime soon. It's hard to imagine that. Yeah, I think I'm a lucky bastard. I'm really lucky, and I'm very fortunate about all this. So yeah, I'm not complaining at all. It's good. Life is good. Right next to my hotel there is this little field, well, not little, long field, where tiny planes land from time to time on specific occasions, and I was told by local people to walk along this field and I might find some stuff like snakes and stuff like that. So I think it's worth checking out, and it's a really beautiful night, you know, right after the rain. There's so many frogs and toads around, it's incredible, unbelievable. This is so-called Cronwell's horned frog, and this is something you can find in this part of the world, and this is a very specific type of frog because they have very particular lifestyle. There are several species of horned frogs in Paraguay, in this part of South America. These amphibians spend most of their life under the soil. You see, Chaco is very arid, very dry ecosystem. At least dry Chaco, like in northern Paraguay. And these frogs, they just bury themselves in the soil, they produce mucus and make some kind of a capsule and lay under the soil for most of the year. But during rainy nights like this one, or rainy season in general, They come out and they eat and they hunt and then they breed. And I'm in the right time, in the right place, and I found one. And this is not even a big example. They do get pretty big, and they are known as pretty nasty, crazy predators because they literally swallow anything they can overpower. Like anything that is smaller than this toad will get eaten. Even other frogs, other toads, even some specimens of their own kind. So look at this. And these are pretty common, they say. Just I haven't seen one yet. This is my first one. Really exotic looking animal. Oh, now there's the two of them making love. Making sweet love in Gran Chaco. And I bet they're really horny because they spent all year under the soil, and then after all year you come out and you eat and you breed, and those are really horned frogs. Yeah, I was waiting for a long time to say this line, so horned frogs. Ha ha ha. As you can see, male is significantly smaller than the female, and it's female carrying the male around as they mate. Amazing. Northern Paraguay, Chaco of northern Paraguay is considered to be a dry, arid and hostile environment, and you couldn't tell there are that many amphibians in here, but there are. And when it rains, it's like explosion of life in here. Like probably I've never seen that many frogs and toads in my life ever, anywhere, including jungle of Costa Rica or I don't know, Eastern Europe in springtime. It's just a flood of frogs and toads, and not just quantity wise, also there are very many different species. I think if I would go further I would find more and more. It's like it's really exciting. I think I've counted at least 12 species, at least a dozen species, but my favorite is still this one. It's pretty common. Muller's termite frog, you know, this little beautiful pancake. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Look at the coloration.